The boy who shined hope. The first snowfall of December painted the city streets in pristine white, creating a magical backdrop against the warm glow of coffee shop windows and street lamps. Robert Harrison pulled his wool coat tighter as he stepped out of the black sedan that had dropped him off at his favorite downtown cafe. As the CEO of Harrison Industries, he could have had his morning coffee delivered to his corner office, but he preferred this small ritual of walking among regular people, even if just for a few minutes each day. The cafe's outdoor seating area was mostly empty due to the cold, but Robert enjoyed the crisp air and the energy of the bustling street. He settled at a small wooden table with his steaming cup of coffee, watching the snowflakes dance in the morning light. The warmth of the ceramic mug felt good against his hands as he reviewed emails on his phone, preparing for another day of important decisions and million-dollar deals. The peaceful moment was interrupted by a small voice nearby. "Excuse me, sir, would you like your shoes shined?" Robert looked up to see a boy, no more than 10 years old, kneeling beside a worn wooden shoeshine box. The child wore a brown jacket that seemed too thin for the weather, and his blonde hair was dusted with snowflakes. Despite the cold, his blue eyes held a determination that struck Robert as unusual for someone so young. "It's snowing, son," Robert said gently, gesturing at the weather. "Not exactly shoe-shining weather." The boy's face remained hopeful. "Please, sir, I'm really good at it. I can make your shoes look brand new, even with the snow. Just $10. That's all I need." Robert studied the child more carefully. There was something desperate in his polite persistence, something that went beyond a simple entrepreneurial spirit. The boy's clothes were clean but worn, and his small hands were red from the cold. Most children his age would be in school at this hour, not out on the street trying to earn money. "What's your name?" Robert asked, setting his coffee cup down. "Tommy, sir, Tommy Mitchell." The boy straightened up with pride when introducing himself, showing good manners despite his circumstances. Robert noticed the quality of the boy's shoeshine kit. Though old and worn, it was well maintained, with brushes arranged neatly and polish containers organized carefully. "You do this often, Tommy?" "Every morning before school, and after school too," Tommy replied. "My dad taught me before he went to heaven. He said honest work is always something to be proud of." The mention of his father's death explained the maturity in Tommy's eyes. Robert felt a tug of sympathy but remained curious about what drove this young boy to work so hard in such difficult conditions. $10 seems important to you, Robert observed. "Special reason." Tommy's composure wavered slightly, and he looked down at his shoeshine box. "My mom is sick, sir. Really sick. She needs medicine, but we don't have enough money. The pharmacy said if I can bring $10 more, they'll give me what she needs." His voice grew smaller. "She's been getting worse, and I don't know what else to do." Robert's heart clenched. Here was a child carrying the weight of the world on his small shoulders, trying to save his mother through the dignity of hard work. The innocence and determination in Tommy's request reminded Robert of his own childhood, when his family had struggled and every dollar mattered. "Well," Robert said, extending his foot, "I suppose my shoes could use some attention." Tommy's face lit up with relief and gratitude. He immediately got to work, his small hands moving with surprising skill and efficiency. Despite the falling snow, he carefully cleaned Robert's leather shoes, applied polish with expert strokes, and buffed them to a remarkable shine. His technique showed the training of someone who had learned from a master craftsman. "Your father taught you well," Robert commented, watching the boy's careful attention to detail. "He used to shine shoes outside the big office buildings," Tommy said proudly, not pausing in his work. He said treating someone's shoes with respect was the same as treating the person with respect. "He taught me that every job, no matter how small, matters if you do it with care." Robert found himself moved by the boy's philosophy, passed down from a father who clearly understood the value of dignity in all honest work. As Tommy put the finishing touches on the shoe shine, Robert made a decision that went beyond the simple transaction. "Tommy," he said carefully, "what's your mother's name, and what pharmacy do you need to visit?" The boy looked up, surprised by the question. "Her name is Lisa Mitchell, sir. And it's Peterson Pharmacy, just 3 blocks from here." "Why do you ask?" Robert pulled out his phone and made a quick call. "Yes, this is Robert Harrison from Harrison Industries. I need you to contact Peterson Pharmacy immediately and ensure that all medical expenses for Lisa Mitchell are covered indefinitely. Yes, all of them. Set up an account and make sure the family never has to worry about medical costs again." Tommy stared at Robert in confusion as he ended the call. "I don't understand, sir." Robert reached into his wallet, but instead of pulling out $10, he retrieved a business card and a much larger bill. "Tommy, my name is Robert Harrison. I own a company, and I'm always looking for people who understand the value of hard work and treating others with respect." He handed Tommy the money and the business card. "This is for the excellent shoe shine, but more importantly, your mother's medical bills are now taken care of. All of them." Tommy looked at the business card, then at the money, then back at Robert, his young mind struggling to process what was happening. "But sir, I only asked for $10. And you earned much more than that," Robert said gently. "You showed me something today that I don't see often in my world. You showed me integrity, determination, and love for your family. Those qualities are worth far more than $10. Tears began to form in Tommy's eyes. "You mean my mom will be okay? She can get all the medicine she needs. Your mom will be taken care of," Robert assured him. "And when you're older, if you're still interested in honest work and treating people with respect, there will be a job waiting for you at my company. But for now, you should be in school, being a kid, not worrying about adult problems." Tommy carefully packed up his shoeshine kit, but before leaving, he looked directly at Robert. "My dad always said that angels sometimes look like regular people. I think he was right." As the boy walked away through the falling snow, Robert sat back in his chair and looked down at his perfectly shined shoes. In his world of corporate meetings and financial reports, it was easy to forget that the most important transactions often had nothing to do with money. Tommy had asked for $10 to save his mother, but he had given Robert something priceless in return, a reminder that true wealth came from compassion, integrity, and the willingness to help others. Robert finished his coffee as the snow continued to fall, already planning how he could help other families like Tommy's. Sometimes the most important business decisions happened not in boardrooms, but on snowy street corners, in the brief encounters that reminded us of our shared humanity. The boy who had begged for just $10 had unknowingly changed the heart of a millionaire, proving that the smallest acts of courage and love could create the biggest transformations of all.